welcome to the latest and greatest episode of the Local Podcast. I'm Tyler.
I'm Josh.
And we are back at the Bachelor Pad. We are back at the Trap House. We are back at the...
Crackden.
Crackden.
To the Crackden.
Keep cracking it up, my friends.
Yes, inject it into your veins, ladies and gentlemen. Because we got a full week of playoffs coming up soon.
We got the playoffs are starting soon. So get your crack in.
Order it in.
Order it in.
COVID's got a delay with imports. So,
go on Amazon, type in crack, and just order it in now. Amazon Prime, get it quickly.
What do you think would show up if you actually typed crack into Amazon?
Do you want me to do that? We have
Can
the
you
laptop
actually
right in
check?
front of
Yeah,
us.
you got the laptop. We have that capability. I know it's the future, but don't be surprised. I'm very curious because I know, obviously, we're based in Australia, if you couldn't tell by accents. If you type in, is it hat or cap into eBay, Australian eBay, the first thing that shows up is Make America Great Again. Hats. I've showed you this before, or I showed Adam. Super weird that that's the most popular thing in Australia, despite it being an American thing. Like a weird American thing at that.
So, it's all books and films about drugs. So there's a couple books, Crack, The Crack Era, The Crack Core Dam, The Crack Climbers. Then there's Notorious, Crack in the World. Season 3 of Telugu, which looks like a Bollywood series.
Damn.
And then Sim Tum Namagran, which is a Bollywood film.
Oh, they're on it.
You can also buy an Ocarina.
Of time?
Crack Purple.
Okay.
Biscoff. Lotus Biscoff. Anyway, that's enough crack.
Enough crack talk?
Enough crack talk. Like you mentioned before, the NBA playoffs are starting soon.
Yes. Yep.
And we've got the play-in tournament coming up soon.
Yeah, shit, actually, I should look at who's in that.
Oh, well, funny you mentioned that. So first off, I just want to give a shout out to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yep.
They have clinched the first seed in the East.
Hell yeah, they have.
For the first time since 2001?
Oh, shit, yeah. Since Iverson.
No.
Surely
They haven't made it out of the first round of the playoffs since 2000. No, yeah. They made first seed for the first time since like 2001.
I love your segue, and then it's a bunch of misinformation.
Bunch of misinformation and bullshit. That might not be correct, but
Probably not.
76ers are clinched with the first seed.
Yes, this year. That is a fact.
That is a fact.
It's not a Tyler bomb.
Second is the Nets. Third is the Bucks.
Yep.
But yeah, it's Sixers for the first in the East. So, any guesses for who's in the play-ins for the East?
Do you want me to guess or look? Because I've got it right from you. All right. Guess for the play-in. Hornets.
Okay.
Wizards.
Okay.
Pacers.
Okay.
Who else is bottom barrel, really? I don't think it's not Toronto.
So for those who don't know, the play-in tournament in each conference is 7 to 10. The 7 to 10 standings.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the...
And they'll, for those who are unaware of the play-in tournament is, they play a single elim?
Yeah, I think it's single
elim tournament
yeah.
To get the last two spots for the playoffs.
You really think I'd know more than I know?
Yeah.
I really don't.
Look, you've got 3 out of the 4.
I'm trying to think of the fourth because it's not Toronto. Toronto are so far behind.
Yeah, they're like they're right near the bottom.
Atlanta's too high up.
Yep.
Miami's too high up. Oh, is it Boston?
It is.
Yeah, okay.
It is Boston, Charlotte, Washington, Indiana.
That's fun. That's fun, man. It sucks. Jaylen Brown's out, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
It's disappointing.
But LaMelo's back, which is
LaMelo's
good.
back,
He
yeah.
wasn't meant to be, but damn, he is.
No, he came back early, so that's great for Charlotte.
I'm really, really excited for Charlotte. Do you know who's versing who?
No, I don't have that info yet.
Okay, that's all right. Well, regardless, we're going to see LaMelo in a playoff atmosphere because this is going to be playoff atmosphere.
Yeah.
Single elim game.
It's good for rookies to get into the playoff in their first or second year.
That's a luxury.
It is. Absolutely is a luxury. Especially when you go to a team that was formerly awful. That was bottom barrel.
Yep.
But Charlotte have looked a lot better this year. So
What do you think is the best team out of that 4?
Boston.
Right now,
Boston.
even with Jaylen Brown out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jason Tatum's too fucking good.
He's so good. That
Tristan
man's a
Thompson's
star.
still really good. Marcus Smart's still really good. Kemba's still really
Tristan
good.
Thompson's still really good.
Yeah. Oh, he's good.
That's better. I got to dumb that down a little bit.
He's good.
He's all right. Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's probably top 20 center in the league.
Yeah, because there's only like 21 centers in the league. So.
But like he's not awful.
No, we ain't awful.
So if most people don't know, my voice right now is fucked. So if I sound a bit off this episode,
You sound so sad.
my throat is thrashed.
Like, so sad, man. Just stop, at night. Stop it.
Stop what?
Stop it. The audio listeners are not going to know what I just did. but
Stop headbutting the microphone. What do you mean?
yeah, some would call it that.
Dickhead. And then for the West, do you have not? They haven't all four have been decided in the West. It comes down to I think one last game.
I'm gonna guess. So, Lakers, Memphis. It's not. New Orleans. New Orleans are too far back. I can't remember where San Antonio are on that. I'm gonna say Lakers and Memphis for sure. Mm-hmm. I'm blanking on the other two potentially, because the others I'm thinking. Oh, Golden State. They're 38-3, I believe.
38
sorry, 38-33. 38-33.
Wow, that's quite the fucking record.
They're the three I can think of. I'm blanking on the last one.
Okay, so the three that are a lock for the play-in in the West are the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay, yep. All right.
At 10. The Memphis Grizzlies at 9.
Yep.
The Golden State Warriors at 8. Then the last spot is either going to be the 7 seed Lakers or the 6 seed Trailblazers.
That's going to be fun.
And I think it all comes down to one match coming up, which I think is Portland versus Denver.
So, yeah, I've got so tomorrow's games are the last set of games. Mm-hmm. So tomorrow we've got Wizards Hornets, which is kind of fun actually. Raptors Pacers, Knicks Celtics, Spurs and Suns, Warriors Grizzlies. I'm skipping some. Lakers Pelicans.
I was just going to say Warriors Grizzlies tomorrow, I think, has no Steph, no Draymond, no Wiggins.
Oh, that's disgusting.
They're just resting him.
Why even play? Pelicans Lakers. Mm-hmm. And that starts at the same time as Trailblazers versus Denver.
So, Denver are third.
Yep.
Right? It's now, if the Lakers lose, then they're in the play-in.
Yep.
If Trailblazers win, Lakers are in the play-in.
So we got to win and hope Trailblazers lose.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I mean that's doable.
Yeah.
We've just got
you
Bron
both
back.
are 41 and 30.
Yeah.
I think it goes off some percentage. I think Lakers are lower in currently.
Yeah, which is fair. We've been pretty trash without Bron and especially Anthony Davis. Mm-hmm. That's going to be fun. They start at the same time. I'm really tempted to just take work off tomorrow because I'm not going to be employed there.
That's true. Like, what are they going to do?
What's
Fire
the
you?
freaking point? Yeah. Fire me, I dare you. Jesus Christ.
That's the play-in for the West.
Oh, I'm nervous.
LeBron clearly, as we mentioned last week, doesn't want to do the play-in tournament.
No.
And why would you want to fight for that spot against a lot of young teams?
Yeah.
Fuck. I want Lakers in the play-in tournament. You know, go fuck yourself. I hate you. So
it's so weird because I support your endeavors wholeheartedly, but anything I love, it's get fucked. Hope you die.
You just happen
trash. Why are you like this?
I don't like the Lakers. I've never have.
That's all right, but you like me. I don't even know if that's true. I feel like I'm your like backup to the backup friend.
Yeah, I come here every Saturday.
Yeah,
record the pod, and then I leave immediately.
Because your other pod is they're too busy doing.
What's my other podcast?
I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to give traffic from this pod to your
pod.
Oh,
yeah, fair enough. We had to have so many listens on this pod currently.
It's been doing well.
It has been doing well. Cheers to all of our new viewers and new listeners. If this is your first time watching us, hey, how you going?
Also,
it's nice to meet you.
Do you check the comments on the YouTube videos?
Yeah.
You do. We've got to respond to one.
Yeah.
Just a nice... There was some dude in, I think, last week's pod.
Oh, wait, the YouTube ones?
YouTube ones.
No, I checked the Instagram ones. They're awful. You
do
yours
mean?
first.
What
You
do
do
you
yours. You do
Oh,
yours
there was
first.
just one dude that was like, keep up the grind. I didn't respond to it because I'm an idiot. I was doing something else.
You manage the YouTube page.
Do I? Since when? I just edit
You're
stuff.
on it more than I am.
Well, I have to be. Yeah.
Look,
why
I'll
are the
respond
Instagram
then.
comments so-
Look, I am the social media manager for the pod.
Yeah,
So
why
I
the-
will...
Yeah, tell me why the Instagram ones are so bad. What is going on? Are you posting naughty things?
No. It's just bots that are like, hey, promote this on Empire Records or promote this on Dildo Rocker Records or something.
Oh, yeah. Dildo Rocker
That's
Records.
all it is, just bots saying promote this on XYZ.
Is it because one of the hashtags you're doing like for like or follow for follow? Please.
I should do that.
You should actually.
That might actually get us somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, I was watching a video last night. This is a bit off topic, but it was weird. It was Matt McMuscles talking about Acclaim, the game developers.
Yeah.
They did like Turok and whatnot.
Yeah.
Big reason why they went out of business was because of their weird marketing strategies. They would there was one for Turok. If you changed your name to Turok, you'd get a free copy of the game or something.
You named your baby Turok.
Yeah. There was one where they were releasing a racing game, and if you got a speeding ticket, they would pay it.
Yeah.
You didn't have to buy the game; they just pay it on a certain day.
Yeah.
And then there was one where they'd advertise their thing on tombstones. That was real.
Yeah. If you buy like a Turok tombstone or something, or Shadow Man tombstone or something like that.
Yeah, it was Shadow Man or some shit. Yeah.
God. Acclaim.
So let's learn from them and not do what they do.
Was it God of War 2? They wanted to sacrifice a live goat or something?
Wow, I wouldn't put it past them though.
Should I look at that up real quick? I don't want to do. No, that'd be after the pod.
Yeah, after the pod. I'm curious about that. I'm real curious. But yeah,
look.
we could be doing really wacky shit. Instead, you're just posting naughty things on Instagram.
I'm not posting naughty things.
And you're getting really weird followers. Is that follower count going up, by the way? I feel like I'm interrogating you. Because I don't have Instagram. I don't check it.
But you can look. You have the login details for the pod.
But it requires me to install Instagram.
Or just go on...
Instagram's toxic, man. I don't want that.
You don't have to. You can just use a web browser.
Yeah, but I'd have to go through Instagram.
Instagram.com?
Yeah, that's toxic. I don't want that.
I'm about to quit
Twitter,
this down. We're like 10 minutes
Instagram.
in. We're like 10 minutes in. We did half an intro, jumped into basketball, then we jumped out again.
But we're going to jump back in. We're just dipping our toes into the basketball world.
Sometimes I wonder about the structure of this podcast.
I love it.
I love it, but
love
like,
it.
do you guys love it? Because I feel like they're like, oh yeah, they get into basketball. And they're talking about Turok and God of War and toxic Instagram and naughty bits. And then they'll probably talk about Ja Morant in 25 seconds.
So Ja Morant, he's pretty good.
There's no news about Ja Morant.
He's been solid this year. There's not a lot to talk about him. He's just been solid, nothing crazy. Whereas
I don't want to actually talk about Ja Morant.
Whereas Zion's a freak this year, one of the most efficient
injured.
players we've ever had in history in his sophomore year. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
No one should be that damn good. But it's a shame they're not going to be in the play-in. They're too far back.
Yeah, they are 11th.
Yep.
They're 2 games behind Spurs.
Yep.
So
and that's just
unfortunate.
Unfortunate, because I feel like he'd be unstoppable in the playoffs potentially.
You saw Kings have the longest playoff, tied for the longest playoff drought in NBA history.
How much is it?
It's like
7 years?
No, it's like 17.
It's been a while.
It's them and like the 1965 Clippers.
Was Mike Bibby their last playoff thing? Mike Bibby?
Bibby and old mate.
You know, one of my favorite
commentator now.
Old
Power
mate
forward.
commentator.
You got drafted to Golden State.
Who are you talking
Power
about?
forward. Chris Webber.
Oh, Chris Webber. Yeah. Jeez, that's been a long time. A long time. Jesus. Who? Just quickly, who's your favorite Sacramento player? One of your favorites.
Luke Walton.
I was going to say Carl Landry, but you really blew me out of the water there.
I didn't expect to hear that name.
He's so
don't
good. I love him.
like Sacramento.
Sacramento doesn't like Sacramento.
Chris Webber was good.
He was good. He was a solid 2010 guy. He's all right, but not... most people don't have him in the Hall of Fame, which is fine. Oh, speaking of which, Hall of Fame inductions happened today.
Yes, they did.
So Kobe Bryant, officially Hall of Fame inductee.
His wife, Vanessa, and his daughter went up and wore the jacket.
Yeah, I saw the photos. It was Natalia wearing the jacket, right?
Yeah.
The oldest.
Tim Duncan had his speech and he talked about Pop a lot.
Yeah, that was a real interesting one.
Pop showed up and he's not at the game tomorrow. He's not coaching tomorrow.
Yeah, good. I love it.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to the Hall of Fame speech. Becky and whoever the fuck else you can coach. I don't care.
Becky's got it.
Becky's talented.
But I heard... I read the transcript for Tim Duncan's thing, or some of it, and it was something about, like, he showed up the night he got drafted, came to his island, talked with his father, his family, and everything. Thought that was normal, but apparently it wasn't.
Very much not normal.
No.
That's Pop.
Pop knows what he likes, and he'll do anything to keep that.
Absolutely.
So shout out to Pop. Tim Duncan's a great player, one of the most underrated players I think we'll have in the next 10 years. Like, he's not a flashy player by any means.
No.
Very much Mr. Fundamental.
The big fundamental.
But come 10, 15 years, people are going to really overlook him.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have those highlight plays.
But he's so fucking good.
Like, I said this last episode on the pod. Tim Duncan retired when Tim Duncan didn't need to retire.
Yeah.
He was still a 20 and 10 guy.
He could have gone for a few more years.
Absolutely. He was so good. So I'm going to miss him. And then Garnett as well.
Yep.
One of the best power forwards as well.
Oh, it's such a strong 3.
Crazy. I was looking at the lineup for this year for the inductees. It's them 3 and I think one other person I recognize.
Wallace?
Ben Wallace. No, he's next year. He's 2021. This is 2020 inductee.
Yeah.
So Ben Wallace getting in. Thank God. I love Big Ben.
Paul Pierce is next year.
Yeah, he deserves it. He's a phenomenal, like one of the best players we'll ever see, which he'll go overlooked as well. Because I was looking at Paul Pierce. He's
for your video series.
Yeah, I keep getting distracted by shit. And you know what? Didn't help was the fact that I ended up job hunting and changing my career.
Yeah,
and that was so stressful.
Well, you shouldn't have done that.
Think
about Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
do what Paul Pierce did and lose his job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Because I've got millions to fall back on.
No, but then you have more time. Then he hires them. Then you have more time.
What's the difference?
If you're paying a lady
that's a relationship.
That's not a. You got weird.
If you don't spend
this is why you're
money,
single, my dude.
If you don't spend any money,
you got a lady come over and you're like, here's tenner. Stay a bit longer.
This is. Do you know Russ, the rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a bit of a douchebag.
I don't know anything about him apart from there is a rapper named Russ.
He's a bit of a douchebag. Is the thing. Like he's the kind, and there's video evidence. If you go to a car lot. You know how people park between like 2 parking spots? He does that with his Lambo. He's one of those people. But people have him as like one of those guys. Instead of like flowers for Valentine's Day, he's like, I'm going to gift you some knowledge about the world. Russ is a real weird fucking guy. That's what relationships are without money. What are you going to do without money in a relationship? What do you do? You have to spend money on you. Do you not spend money on your partner? Do you not?
A bit.
Yeah, there you go.
Not too much.
It doesn't matter. Money's money.
Sometimes
money's money.
Sometimes I don't.
Yeah, but you have before. That's how you get them. That's how you get them. Like I got some stacks here.
I don't want your relationship advice. No one should take
my
do not take
advice.
his relationship advice.
Oh my God.
Him and his hussies.
Why do you call them hussies?
I don't know.
They're just my friends. You called yourself a hussy.
You played Nia recently.
Yeah.
And
Grimoire
Weiss. He calls everyone hussy.
Yeah, hussy. Well, calls one person hussy.
Yeah.
But she is everyone to me. I love Kaine. This is really weird.
This is the weirdest podcast.
Yeah, this is the most we've talked about video games on a podcast before.
Yeah, and it's 2 lines.
Yeah, I like it. It's been interesting.
Back to basketball.
Yep.
This year, Rudy Tomjanovic.
Yeah, Tomatovic.
I think it's Rudy Tomjanovic. One of the greatest Rocket players ever. Had a big history in the 80s and 90s. His speech, all he did was mention how good with the players he played with. Like Robert Horry should be in the Hall of Fame. Sam Cassell was amazing. He just praised all of his teammates.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really neat.
That's great.
Yeah.
Especially with some guy which people aren't really going to recognize his name. I don't recognize his name, I'll be honest.
Do you know the rest of the list or should I look it up?
I looked at the rest of the list and I didn't recognize much of them.
Let me see if there's any of the list I recognize.
But the 3 main ones was Garnett, Tim Duncan, and Kobe, of course. That was what I was really excited for. I don't look too much into the Hall of Fame because pretty much anyone can get in. You can never have played a day in your life in the NBA and get into the Hall of Fame because it's not the NBA Hall of Fame, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So the standards are so low.
Yeah.
I remember listening to a bunch of Major League Baseball fans talk about their Hall of Fame, and that's so hard to get in.
Yeah.
Whereas NBA's, the consensus is it's the easiest in the world in terms of sports, getting into that Hall of Fame.
There's no one else that I recognize.
I
don't know who
think
Tamika Catchings is, or Kim Mulkey, or Barbara Stevens, or Patrick Baumann.
Yeah, I got no idea who those are.
No.
So they've probably been great players, obviously. You can't be a bad player and get in.
Yeah.
It's like Shaq says, there are no bad players in the NBA.
It's true.
And if you're in the Hall of Fame, you can't be a bad player.
But it's just... Yeah, like you mentioned, other Hall of Fames might be a bit tougher to get in.
Yeah, of course. So I want to go back to the standings real quick.
Yep.
So obviously in the East, 76ers, Nets, and Bucks have the top three. That's kind of what we expected. You know, especially Nets initially not, but with the acquisition of what they got, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Biggest surprise of the year, in my opinion, is the Knicks. They were projected to win 22 games this year. They've won 40.
I would say biggest surprise is the Suns.
Really? Okay.
They're second.
I mean, I respect.
Nearly
Yeah.
first. They could be the first seed.
Okay.
Remember-
They're top three for me. Like,
Yeah, but at the start of the year before they played, did you expect the Suns to be top
I
three?
expect them to be in the top half, at most. Not top three.
Just by adding
Like
Chris
four,
Paul.
4 to 5. Oh, that was before the acquisition of Chris Paul.
Yeah.
I was expecting them to be. Yeah, they would look really good in the bubble, dude.
Yeah, they did, but yeah, okay. Yeah,
Like,
fair.
because
Look, you are welcome to your opinion.
That's fair. Thank you.
Knicks are a big surprise. Very big surprise.
I think my top three surprises is the Suns and the Knicks.
Yep.
But for me, the Knicks are just freaking absurd. Hawks being another turnaround surprise, big underdog story. 40 wins, 31 losses, tied for the Knicks. That's going to be so fun seeing Trae Young in the playoffs, seeing Julius Randle in the playoffs. How far do you think they'll get?
Both those teams?
Yep.
Depends who they verse.
So let's see. Knicks would be versing the Hawks potentially. Yeah, that's the way it works, right? No, it'd be Bucks versus Knicks. No. God, I'm freaking stupid. It'll be Knicks versus Hawks, I believe. Who wins? Give it to me first, Tyler. Come on.
I'm going to give it to the
Betting my
Knicks
house on this.
purely based on coaching.
That's fair.
Tibbs.
Tibbs is good coach.
Playoff Tibbs.
Good coach. And it should be Bucks versus Heat, I believe.
They did it once.
I trust Heat's defense against the Bucks.
Yeah.
But then the Heat's offense have also been a bit janky.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. Should be. Oh, then there's a bunch of play-ins, so it's a bit hard to say from there.
Yeah.
But that's going to be really, really exciting. The Bulls just miss out on the playoffs, but they should make it next year.
Hopefully.
That's your expectations next year, or you just hope they make it?
No, they need to make it next year. They made a trade for an All-Star. They've got 2 All-Stars now. One is multiple times certified. Zach LaVine is the one time. They need to make the playoffs.
How do you feel with Vooch playing so far?
He hasn't played well.
No, he hasn't.
He doesn't seem like he's the same player. Maybe he just needs more time. Maybe it's the coaching. I don't know.
The system, yeah.
Maybe the system. Maybe in the offseason they rework it, change everything around Vooch and Levine, and go from there. But they need to make the playoffs.
They
especially since they have the play-in tournament now. Like, they at minimum need to make the play-in tournament. If they don't make the play-in tournament, it's an absolute bust.
3 games behind Indiana.
Behind Indiana, that fucking shit show of a place.
Yep.
No, not the whole place. The shit show of a team.
The team right now is in shambles.
Yeah.
Hopefully for not much longer, because I love Indy. I would love to see the Bulls back in the playoffs. I want to see these shitty teams back in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's been too long. Like, I'm done seeing Orlando get 8th seed and Detroit get. I don't want any more of that. I want the Bulls back in. I want Charlotte back in. I want the Knicks back in.
I mean,
I want all of that.
Detroit made it once.
Yeah, I know, but I'm sick of that. That was one too many. Let's be honest. They did nothing.
I like Detroit.
I would love to see the Cavs back in the playoffs at some point. Yeah, with Sexton? Hell yeah.
No.
Hell yeah. I don't want LeBron Cavs anymore. I've seen that too many times.
Go away.
You're boring. You're boring.
Boy.
You just
I want
wanna-
the Lakers.
you just
I want
wanna
the
complain-
Lakers to win another
All you want to
chip.
do is complain about Denver all day. Every day you get here, it's, oh man, Denver really aren't that great,
I haven't
are
said
they?
that today. I didn't say that last week.
Say it right now.
No.
I dare you.
No.
I dare you.
No.
Come on. I'll give
I
you.
only go for double dog dares. Thank you very much, sir.
You're lucky I don't go that far, so you're
Exactly.
safe.
Exactly.
You're safe.
You're a pussy.
But Pistons look like they're in a bad spot. Jeremy Grant's just
They look like they're in a bad
they're
spot.
just I mean, usually last year, okay, they had some, especially Christian Wood, looked very promising. They don't have him anymore. They don't have a lot of their players. They let him walk. Jeremy Grant's not a shining light.
No.
Jeremy Grant's just a good player. That's
They
it.
overpaid him.
Way too much. He's just going to be someone that averages 19 to 20 points per game, and that's kind of it. He's a good third
On a
option,
bad
maybe.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Pistons are planning on doing moving forward.
Fuck knows.
Like even when we look at Orlando, and I just want to go through some of the bottom barrel because we're not going to get to talk about them come playoff time.
No.
They're going to be out of the discussion.
Like, this is pretty much our last discussion till the off season of a lot of the worst teams.
Even Orlando have some shining lights. Like, I do think Fultz is a good prospect.
Mm-hmm.
He's interesting. I don't know what I'm going to get. Jonathan Isaac could be one of the best defenders in the league.
Cole Anthony's
so.
a great talent.
Yeah.
Just needs more time. He's a bit
And
green.
it's not the whole team, but I just need a couple pieces. Like, there's no one on this Detroit squad. Like, I love Killian Hayes, but he's not that right now.
No.
Right now, he's not a good player. Cavs have some really good talent. Raptors have some obviously really good talent. Chicago, like, everyone in the East has really good talent except Detroit. And that's just sad to see.
Killian is potential.
He's got potential, but it hasn't shown yet.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like I'm watching, and I'm not saying this to meme, it feels very similar to watching Ntilikina when he was drafted. 18-year-old kid, just turned 18, and he's got potential. He's a great defender, great length, but it never really showed. It still doesn't really show that well. That's what I get from Killian Hayes. It's his first year. It's whatever. I'm not saying he's a bad player,
Yeah.
but he's not good
Yeah.
right now. But that's probably the closest thing to a prospect I've got, because I don't have any stock in Jeremy Grant.
No.
He'll be a player which will get traded at some point to and average 10 to 15 on a different team.
Yeah.
You know, he's nothing great. I don't know. It's weird because 1 through 14 in the East is somewhat exciting if you're a fan, I think.
There's potential there. There's
Just-
something to look forward to.
Yeah, just not Detroit.
We talked about this last year and like earlier this year. Like, what the fuck are Detroit doing? What's their plan?
No idea, man.
I want to talk about another bad team very briefly.
Oh, hit me.
The Houston Rockets.
I was about to touch on them too.
Did you see the John Wall thing?
No.
There's some fan Instagram thing. It's like, oh, basketball cool guy media or something. Did a poll, right?
Okay.
They were talking about John Wall if they were asking just general fans, like, if the Houston were to cut John Wall, would he, like, or no, come the off season, would John Wall re-sign, ask to be traded, like a sign and trade, or just go somewhere else for free agency? And John Wall answered the poll
Oh, wow.
with saying he's leaving.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What the heck? Okay.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
2 days ago.
Holy
Yesterday?
shit. Yeah, that is not on my radar at all.
It was only something little. It didn't blow up too much. But yeah, John Wall was going around answering fan polls on Instagram about if he's leaving in free agency.
God damn, you got to do a poll. Hell yeah. Wow, that's really weird. So he's gone.
I mean,
Maybe. He said it himself. He's gone.
Yeah, but who's...
Oh, they got to make a trade. Yeah. It's up to them. Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting. I mean, even besides John Wall, though, even Houston have some decent prospects. They're the one with Christian Wood right now.
If they're smart, they'll get rid of John Wall.
Yeah.
He's on the downhill.
Yeah. He's not the John Wall we knew. Still a good player.
Still a good player, and you can get some good assets for him. But you got Jayshawn Tate, you got Christian Wood.
Yep.
You've got is it KJ Martin? You've got a few other pieces.
Yeah, Martin Jr. Yeah, they got to move. They got to let these...
Not Kenny Martin Jr.
Oh, no, sorry. No.
KJ Martin.
Yeah,
I think it's KJ Martin. Their names are similar.
Yeah, they just got to let these younger guys bloom, blossom,
Christian Wood's
whatever,
really good.
whatever thing you want to use. Thunder, obviously.
They've got the war chest.
I love it. Like, the talent on their team is exciting, and the war chest.
Can you name 3? I can name 2. I'm excited. Oh, I can name 3 on that team I'm excited for, yeah.
They're probably the same 3 I'm thinking
Shade, Dort, and the Serbian cyber hacker.
of. Yeah, the big dude, yeah. That's it. Those are
Is
exciting.
it Palevsky? No, it's...
Fucko.
You're thinking of Facu Campazzo on Denver.
Oh, sorry, that's who I'm thinking of. No, sorry, yeah. Y'all are lucky. Y'all got a good team going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. No more.
You mentioned Facu and you're like, oh, I love that Facu.
I do love it. Is it Facu?
Yeah, Facu or Facu.
Okay.
Campazzo.
Interesting.
Little Italian man, I believe.
Wait, no, I'm not going Palzo. The other dude, the big guy. I love.
Jokic.
No,
Who
not
the
on
fuck are you
Denver.
talking about?
There's another dude on the fucking
On OKC?
OKC, big guy. He's foreign.
Yeah.
So that's why I said
He looks like a Serbian cyber hacker.
And yeah, for some reason I was forgetting
His name's like, is it Polinsky?
No, it's not Polinsky.
I'll look up his name. We talked about him 2 weeks ago.
Because he's an oddity, right?
Yeah.
He just does so many different things on the court. He's on the highlight reels every now and then.
Yeah.
Such a weird player.
He's like, highlight reels and then he's on the low light reels in the same game.
Yeah, it's super weird. It's going to be Oh, could it be JaVale McGee?
No.
That's JaVale McGee, though.
Aleski Pokusevsky.
Okay.
Poku.
Poku, that's what I was thinking. Like,
Pokusevsky.
Faku, Poku, you know, same shit.
I said Polinsky and you're like, no, it's not Polinsky.
Polinsky's
You could have been talking about Al Horford.
I do love Al Horford.
Gabriel Deck.
Look, he was the only one on the cover of NBA Ballers, chosen one. Thank you very much. So,
What about Darius Miller?
I don't care
Or
much.
Mike Muscala?
No, I hate Mike Muscala. That boy's useless. I'm sorry, Mike. If you're listening,
Don't.
that Mike sucks. Mike, you suck.
Is he the worst Mike to ever play professional in the NBA?
Nah, there's got to
we
be one
know of?
more, right? There's so many Mikes, right?
There's a lot of Mikes.
What's the other? No, I love Mike Scott.
Mike Jordan.
He Mike Scott, I think, gets a +5 to his overall rating because that boy can fight. Probably.
Probably.
I mean, I haven't seen him fight. Fights don't happen anymore.
No, they don't.
Which is so unfortunate.
Did you see your boy eating an orange? Marv Albert is going to be retiring.
Yeah. Is it end of this playoffs or next playoffs?
End of this playoffs.
Okay, because I was hearing conflicting things.
Okay.
Yeah, no more eating at his wife live on commentary.
He didn't.
We don't know. We couldn't
He was
see
eating
him.
orange through the
I
skin.
mean, you would say the same thing if you were doing that. That's the logical thing. I was just eating an orange. People do that.
Through the skin.
Yeah, that's really weird. Just quickly, do you ever eat kiwi fruit with the skin?
I don't eat kiwi fruit.
Oh, really?
I've never just had a kiwi fruit.
I'm gonna get you one.
Sure. I've had it like in smoothies or in food or flavored stuff. But
I'll
I've
get
never
you a
just had
kiwi fruit. You get me a waffle because I've never had a waffle.
Do you have a waffle maker?
Why the fuck? If I had a waffle maker, do you think I would say I've never had a fucking waffle?
Good fucking question. I guess we can go out and get waffles one day.
Yeah, sure. Timberwolves, speaking of waffles, because they're kind of shit. They're not so shit lately.
Yeah, because they have their 3 players actually playing together.
Yeah, which is somewhat okay.
No, they're actually good.
Yeah, they're all right.
When they have their 3 main players playing together, they're actually a competent team.
They've got 4 dudes, actually, which is pretty
Who would
good.
you say is the 4th?
Rubio.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Rubio's
If
a
you can
really
get
good
all
player.
those 4, they could have been in the playoffs if they were play-ins. If they were playing together from the start of the
They'd have to do better than Pelicans and Kings.
They could have done better than the Pelicans and Kings.
God, no.
Kings are useless.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to defend the Kings, but they're not better than Pelicans.
If Zion still went out when he did, yeah.
If Zion's healthy...
If Zion didn't go out, would the Pelicans be in the Spurs spot?
I mean, it's only 2 games up, so
I think
probably.
so. All right.
Yeah. I think the Pelicans looking really good this year, but it was just a bit of inconsistency issues.
Yeah.
I do
Also
think
a bit of Bledsoe issues.
Bledsoe's such an issue. Timberwolves could be better than the Kings, I think. And I think Luke Walton's the issue. And then, no, it's not just Luke Walton. Fuck that.
There's a lot of issues.
There's so many issues. De'Aaron Fox is such a lovely kid, such a phenomenal player as well. But we got to put up with Luke Walton and fucking Money Fingers. What's his name?
Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield.
Money Fingers.
I'm so sick of Buddy Hield, man.
Pokulevsky. This is the weirdest episode we've ever done.
You know why it is?
Sorry, everyone.
No, they'll enjoy it. They love it. They don't have a choice. You know why it is? Because we're doing it and it's 2:20 p.m.
It's true. Normally we do this at like 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, at the latest. This feels...
And I'm hungry.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll put something... We got a kiwi fruit for you soon.
Kiwi fruit.
But yeah, Kings, I don't know what the fuck they need to do. Like, Kings are now starting to be that Minnesota thing for me. It was like, y'all are horrible.
They've been that for a while.
But like, it's been difficult for me to, I guess, admit that because De'Aaron's so good.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox is a great player, whereas Timberwolves, I would slander them before Anthony Edwards became Anthony Edwards. I don't think Cat's a great player. Rubio's good, but he's not great. And D'Angelo's been injured for so long.
Yeah, and been inconsistent.
Yeah, so, but like, now they're all back, it's kind of like, yeah, y'all could be better than Sacramento.
Yeah.
But I don't see the Pelicans being worse than Timberwolves. The Spurs definitely aren't going to be, unless they just do a fire sale and get rid of everything and for a complete rebuild,
Fire sale.
which wouldn't make sense. But the Grizzlies looking damn good. 5 games above 500. Like I said, John Morant's just had a steady year. Everyone else is just playing good basketball.
Yep.
They're playing just really good team basketball. Steph Curry is the Warriors. Without Steph Curry, that
Did you
team
see
is worse. The worst team.
in the last game they didn't have Steph, Wiggins, or Draymond, but it was like Juan, Toscano Anson, and like Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole went off for 37 points.
Yeah.
Of 22
No,
shots.
it wasn't
I think
Juan. It was Jordan Poole and it was like Mike Madsen or something.
Okay.
Combined for like 65 points.
It's nuts. Like, this isn't the first time Jordan Poole's done crazy games.
One in 50. He's a killer.
Yeah, maybe 1 in 40. Like twice a year?
Twice a year.
Yeah. But like, I like Jordan Poole. I think he's like a good backup to the backup potentially.
He's a third stringer.
He's a third stringer, but he's a good third stringer. Like, how many third stringers in the league can you name? There's not a lot of them, which are good.
No.
This guy could get you 20 to 30 points on a random night, which is what they needed
What you need
this
from
night.
a third stringer, yeah.
Because that actually, that put them, that one game from him put them at the 8th, tied for the 8th. Otherwise, they'd be 9th, and the Grizzlies would be 1 game ahead in the 8th. So every player matters.
Yeah,
every
it's
player
true.
matters.
Do
But
we know when the play-ins start? Like, is there a break between the regular season and the play-ins?
I think it's very brief. Let me have a look. You, what is it? Vamp?
Oh, vamp.
You vamp a little bit.
Do you know? Have you not heard that term before?
No, you've used it for me, but I forgot. I've
Yeah,
never
it's
used
vamp.
it, so
It's
now I've
vamp.
just lost my vamp virginity.
Such a weird term. I hope, like, I hate that they do the MVP and the awards like halfway through the off season. What I would love, I'm vamping, so you keep doing what you're doing. You don't want any input from you. I want like a week and a half break, and in that time, everyone gets a bit of rest. We have the award ceremony, then we go on to the play-ins and the playoffs.
Because it made Giannis look freaking stupid.
Yeah,
Last time. Gets eliminated from the playoffs and gets the MVP award.
yeah.
It needs to be done sooner.
When was
I
the
don't
last time MVP has won the chip?
I don't know. I think that's a very so small.
I'm gonna look
So
that up.
small, that percentage. Well, I'm gonna vamp now, and you do your thing.
Yeah, you tell me when
So the play-in
dates
tournament
start.
begins Tuesday, May 18th, which is 2 days after the end of the regular season.
Why?
So super, super quick. So here that'll be Monday, Tuesday, which will be my last day at my current job,
you go.
is can't take both those days off, which is unfortunate. But boy, that really, really came by at an unfortunate time. Oh god, that's gonna be so exciting. It's gonna be one of those days where I'm gonna have to come home and watch the streams, like in full. I'm gonna have to avoid social media completely. Well, not social media. I don't really have social media, but the internet, I guess, for that matter. Because that's gonna be heartbreaking if my team's in it and I found out we lose or something.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna be the most hype I've seen a Lakers game in a very long time.
Play-in where it's just potentially single
Yeah.
elim, everything matters. So the last time was Steph in 2014, 2015, or 2015. Then before that, it was Bron, 2013, 2012. And before that, it was Tim Duncan, 2003.
Okay, yeah, so very small.
So it was, yeah.
Yeah. One other thing I wanted to talk about in terms of just something being very, very unfortunate. Victor Oladipo is now out for potentially next season.
Yeah.
He turned down 2 huge potential deals. Not huge, but big extensions for what he was. Because I'm pretty sure Indy offered him, I think it was like a 4-year, 28 mil or something,
Yep.
or 24 mil. And then Houston offered him a 2-year, 28 mil.
Big contracts for him.
And just turned him down.
Yeah.
And now he's injured and potentially out.
He's an idiot.
Stupid. And
He's
I
an
don't get
idiot.
it. I really don't get what Victor Oladipo wants. I really don't get it.
He wanted to be on the Heat. He wanted to be in Miami.
I was going to be in Miami.
wanted to
for a while,
win.
If that's the case.
But, you're not the player you used to be. He's, I understand NBA players need to have an ego to how they get to that level. But at some point, you need to curb that.
Yeah, it's
After
it's not good.
multiple, career-shortening injuries, you need to curb that ego.
It's so disappointing because I loved watching Victor Oladipo in Indy. He was one of my favorite players in the league for that period. He was just such a fun combo guard. And then I know he had injury concerns and I was excited to have him back. And then he was, for whatever reason, on that weird Instagram interview with Fat Joe. That was so weird.
That was a weird moment.
And then that was when all the rumors started coming out because he answered one of his questions in the worst way you could have answered it. And despite that, Indy still offered him money.
Yeah.
That's so weird to me. It's like these ownerships know something that we don't. Like, he's probably flirting with the owners. Like, he could be the best pickup artist I've ever seen, for all I know. Because his attitude and his play and his body do not line up to 4 years, 24 mil a year.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that? It's the same thing with KCP and the Lakers. I swear KCP has something on Rob Pelinka.
He's been with the Lakers for like 10 years.
It feels like 10 years, yeah. And I like KCP. It's just, don't forget, he had 18 mil a year at some point. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, it's like
fucking wild.
It's like we played an away game in Detroit one day, and KCP of Detroit came up to Pelinka, was like, I got dirt on you. I know you cheated on your wife or something like that. And then from that point on, we've had to sign him every year. I just don't get it.
Yeah, he's got nude photos of someone.
Yeah, Rob Pelinka. But it sucks to see it, but it's kind of like, not karma, but it's like, frustrating. Being a fan of Oladipo is frustrating because I can't defend his actions, and it's like, just don't be a dickhead.
Yeah,
don't be a dickhead. Just play for your freaking team that's got you. But so the Heat are going to be down a person. Well, not really. They never really had him, I guess. Well, the Heat had Oladipo.
Oladipo. Yeah, no, I forgot he was part of the roster.
Yeah, I don't really count him at this point. They're not really down. But so let's say they play. Let's see, it'll be potentially.
They did trade Kelly Olynyk for him, so that was a bit of a mistake.
So Bucks Heat.
He just ignores me.
Yeah, I like Kelly. We talked about Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah, big KO.
Damn good. Bucks Heat can be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Let's just assume it's Nets versus Celtics. I don't see the Celtics having, especially without Jaylen Brown.
How do you keep up with that firepower?
You can't. Jaylen Brown is arguably one of their best scorers. Well, he is one of their best scorers.
Yeah, he is one of the best scorers. But Boston are a good team. They're a really good defensive team. All right, and they've got some good scoring pieces. But how do you keep up with that firepower?
You just can't. And especially if Kemba Walker's going to be inconsistent again.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
and
you just can't.
Kemba's going to have to guard Harden.
Yep. It's going to be horrible.
Sorry, that's fucking rough.
So it would be, I'm just going to go through it. So we've got Celtics, Hornets, Wizards, Pacers. Celtics would be the best bet to beat the Nets.
Oh, yeah.
Even without Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
If they get Hornets, Wizards, or Pacers, it's game. It's done. That's a sweep.
Yeah.
It's just going to be one of those rotating games. Like game 1, James Harden, you get it. Yeah. Game 2, KD, you want it. Yeah. Game 3, Irving, and then game 4, they all combine.
Yeah.
Like fucking Power Rangers. And just sweep them. Yeah. So that's going to be really boring, I guess I'm going to put it. Philly against any of the other teams could be a bit more exciting. I would love to see Philly against... Oh, no, you know what would be exciting? Nets versus Wizards, actually, just because of Russ. I would love to see a Russ, KD
and Harden
playoff experience. Yeah, and Harden.
Yeah, okay.
That would be fun.
Okay.
I don't think... There's no way the Wizards are going to win that.
They have firepower.
Oh, they do, yeah.
with
Bradley Beal.
With Beal.
Yeah.
And Russ.
Yep. They've got firepower. But it's just...
Yeah. Look, they might match up better than Boston.
Maybe. Just purely firepower.
Purely, like, gun versus gun. Like, yeah.
Russ will probably get 20, 20, 20. Bradley Beal will drop 50. Rui can probably get 15 to 20.
Yeah.
You know, that's...
They may still lose, but, like, that's a better matchup, I'd see, than Boston. Boston might be better against Philly.
I think so. But I think, like, even...
Oh, maybe not. Ben's just going to clamp down on Tatum and make everything so tough for him.
It'd be better fit against... Pacers be better fit against Philly.
Yeah, no, but I'm trying to think for Boston. Like, if I'm Boston, who the fuck do I want to go against? You got, like, the best offensive team in the league versus, like, the best defensive team in the league. Like, what? Pick your poison. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so rough. Like, Celtics are gone. They went from being, like... Remember when they made the conference finals... and it was like 1 or 2 games away from the finals with their really young team and just couldn't get it.
Tatum's first year.
Yeah.
And remember last year where Bam had that series-saving block on Tatum?
Oh, my God. One of the best playoff defensive plays I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
It was incredible.
All ball. None of that.
All ball.
You can argue is a foul.
So now they're in a spot of, if they verse Nets, they might be better for them to verse Nets, honestly. Just because...
Celtics.
Yeah, Celtics might rather versus the Nets than they would Philly.
I think so. Those are just younger guys. They can just kind of... Yeah, because like Ben's just going to... Not Ben. Joel Embiid. Cook them.
Yeah, they don't have a big who can handle them. They don't have Tice anymore, but not with Tice to do much. But it's gonna be Tristan Thompson and who the fuck else is their big man? Because they got rid of Tice.
They got Tice and some other big man.
Tice is at Chicago.
Taco Fall, baby.
He's not getting any playing time. So
will if they get blown out.
Ben's like the best man-on-man defender in the league, and he's just gonna sit on Tatum.
Yep.
So
and he can just sit on Tatum because there's no fucking Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. So you'd want to face Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, face Brooklyn and hope to God that miracle happens, man. Hope Kemba just somehow pulls it together and
he becomes the best defensive player in the league.
Oh my God, yeah. Like he grows a few inches on his limbs. Shit.
Can you imagine series? Boston Nets. Kemba clamps Harden. Clamps him. 3 assists, 4 points.
I've never seen Kemba clamp
1
anyone.
of 9 shooting.
Fuck, he couldn't clamp Campazzo.
Fuck, that's a one-on-one I'd like to see.
Just looks like us at the fucking court. All right, so the West, we'll probably do this to wrap it up soon, will likely be, at the moment, it'll be, Clippers versus Mavs. Clippers are going to potentially smoke them. Clippers have been on their shit.
This was the matchup from in the bubble as well.
Yep.
But Clippers are playing really well.
Yeah, they're not playing like last year's Clippers.
No.
This Clippers is different. But, playoff P could show up and cost them the series. Playoff P is not really good.
It'll be different.
Hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so. I want Clippers to be the best selves. I want every team to be their best selves because I want to see if the Mavs can overcome it. But really, Luka's going to play like Luka. I can't expect any more from him. It really is. Can anyone else on that godforsaken team score the ball or defend the ball? Like, it's so frustrating watching the Mavs. You guys potentially versing Trailblazers?
It'll be Trailblazers or Lakers.
I hope it's us, man. I'm not making another bet
round.
with you, though. So,
I paid that bet.
Last playoffs, we made a bet. If my team, the Lakers, versus your team, Denver, in the playoffs, whichever team won, the other person would pay them $50. Cash.
Yeah, loser pays the winner $50.
Yes. You took months to pay me.
I intended to get $50 in 20-cent coins and lock it in a safe and give you the safe and then sell you the code. I ended up just giving you $50 cash.
You're the worst. I'm never making a bet with you ever again.
I did pay my money.
Months later. It was the start of the next season already.
There's been 2 months from last season to this season. Don't you come at me.
That's 2 months too long. It's 2 months. Do you not have $50?
Don't talk to me.
You don't.
Don't talk to me.
Worse. So, audience, do not make bets.
That'll be a rough
man.
matchup for Denver. We have to go up against LA.
Yes, but not the Trailblazers if you go up against the Trailblazers.
Yeah, if it's Trailblazers, Cantor's getting shimmied on. Gonna back that boy down.
I love it though. Cantor tries so hard.
He does.
So you guys, if it's Lakers, you're in trouble. But we could also be in trouble. It really depends on Anthony Davis at that point, how he's going to show up.
Yeah, because he was the difference maker last series.
Yep. But if it's Trailblazers, you guys should have that
We
in the
also
bag.
had Jeremy Grant, who did a great job defending. And now we don't have him.
Yeah,
we got AG!
That's true. Oh my God, I hope we verse you guys. I want to talk so much shit on AG.
Can you imagine Aaron Gordon dropping 30 each game? Defensive mastermind.
Yeah.
Can you imagine it?
Post-game, when he's taking post-game shots.
No, like in the game.
Because there's no one else there.
In the game, yeah. No,
in the game. Are you sure?
So, what are the other matchups?
The other matchups, potentially, because obviously there's playing stuff, so this is just theoretically.
Yeah.
Suns versus Warriors right now. Honestly, that's going to be exciting. Warriors should beat them. But if Draymond and Steph are locked in, I don't care what team they go
have
against.
the most assist to assist. Did you see that stat?
No.
It's most from a certain, from a player A to player B. It's always Draymond or Steph.
It's nuts.
This year.
It's crazy.
I know Trae Young has spots 3 and 4, but Draymond to Steph is number 1 by a country mile.
Yeah. I genuinely think this is the most exciting year I've ever seen Steph have. And it's disappointing they're only the 8th seed.
Yeah. If they had Clay back,
even
Wiseman.
if we get rid of the playing tournament, they would have made the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy to me, considering Steph has been out for a bit.
Yeah.
It's just the games that he played, monster games, like some of the best Steph games I've ever played. One of the coolest stretches I've seen in basketball, all my years watching it. But yeah, like the Suns, obviously, is one of the biggest surprises this year. Chris Paul has elevated the team even further than what they were meant to elevate to. But I do think if I'm the Suns, I'm worried if I'm versing Golden State just because of Steph and Draymond. That's all it is.
That's a veteran coach.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr's been in the playoffs a bunch of times.
Yep. So we don't know.
Draymond's different for the playoffs as well. He gets his body into shape just before the playoffs. He said that. He's admitted that.
Oh, he's so different in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that I'm hoping for something great if that's that series. I would love to see, because Draymond's one of the smartest players in the league in my opinion, and we've got Chris Paul, who's the smartest player potentially in history. Mm-hmm. And I would love to see them two go up against each other. Obviously, they're not going to be guarding each other.
Yeah,
but, you know, it's going to be wild.
Has never been out the West, right? He's always been in the West?
He's always been in the West. Oh, yeah, because he played for New Orleans Hornets.
Yeah. So he's always been in the West. Like, even in the Clippers-Warriors matchups, it was still Chris Paul and the Clippers and, obviously, Steph and Draymond on the Warriors. Mm. He's always had to go through Steph.
Yeah. It's nuts, man. And then potentially Jazz and... Warriors, Grizzlies, we don't know.
I don't see Grizzlies winning that.
Yeah. Jazz is still a bit of an oddity. Like, they're 51 and 20.
No, I don't see Grizzlies beating Warriors.
No, I don't either. But Jazz 51 and 20, they are no joke. No. That's crazy.
They're real.
Especially with how short this season is. That's 11 less games right now. 51 and 20, that's 71. There's usually 82. It's nuts that they made it that far that quickly. But I still am not sure about them in the playoffs, considering Donovan Mitchell's been out for a bit. Hopefully he comes back as soon as the playoffs start.
I think Phoenix will... They have one more game to go, right?
I'll double check.
If they do, because I think Phoenix will get the top seed. I think they'll end up with the 1 seed.
All right, so let me go through, and I'll wrap this up. Let me go through tomorrow's games. You tell me who's going to win or lose.
Yep.
Wizards, Hornets.
That doesn't matter. I assume everyone's just resting their players.
Wizards.
I got Hornets.
All right, cool. Raptors, Pacers.
Pacers.
Knicks, Celtics.
Knicks.
That's weird to say. Knicks over the Celtics.
I think Celtics will be resting some
That's
players.
fair. Spurs, Suns.
Suns.
Warriors, Grizzlies.
No, because Warriors are resting like everyone, so I'll give it to Grizzlies.
Yep. Nets, Cavs.
Let's go Cavs. Come on, baby.
Sixers, Orlando. Wonder who that's going to be.
Philly.
Atlanta, Rockets.
Rockets have won 17 games.
Detroit, Miami. OKC, Clippers. Timberwolves, Mavs.
Wow, tomorrow's the most inconsequential day of basketball apart from Blazers, Lakers.
Yeah, it really is. Because, Pelicans can beat the Lakers. We may drop a game, and Blazers could beat you.
Yeah, we could. I think we are resting some guys.
But Sacramento Jazz tomorrow.
Oh, who knows?
Oh, shit, they might drop. But, so who Phoenix versus Spurs. Phoenix should beat Spurs. Sacramento could beat Jazz. They could drop to second. Maybe.
I think Phoenix will take the 1 seed.
Or whatever, yeah.
I'm yawning.
I don't know if my math is right.
I think Phoenix they'll take the 1 seed after tomorrow.
Yeah. And then Bulls, Bucks. Tomorrow is just so weird.
Inconsequential.
If this was a week ago, these games would be wild. Wizards, Hornets, Raptors, Pacers, Knicks, Celtics.
Yeah.
And Warriors, Grizzlies. Those are all teams fighting to get out of that playoff spot or into the playoff spot. And now it doesn't matter, which is important. But I guess the way the schedule was done was to anticipate it to be super close.
Yeah.
And it is super close. It's just it's already kind of been decided.
Yeah.
Which is fine. All right, host with the most.
We'll wrap it up. If you've made it through this far, thank you very, very much. This has been the weirdest episode we've done so far. Most off topic, off tangent, just...
I told you I'd be hitting you with that this season.
He did.
But you didn't stop me.
I didn't stop.
You're like, no, Josh, it's okay.
If you listen to us just on Spotify or Apple Pod or Google Pod, we are also on Anchor, Breaker, and YouTube, where we do a video podcast with all our video watchers. Hello. Leave us a comment. We're keeping on that grind. Can you look up who left that comment real quick?
Oh yeah,
I want to
yeah,
give
yeah.
him a shout out.
Give me a sec.
I want to give an unshout out to all the Instagram bots that comment on our posts saying promote it on Dildo Boy Records or all those stupid fucking pages. That's an unshout out. You can go away. But to our friend who posted on the YouTube,
Ball is life too.
Ball is life too. Thank you, my man.
Keep up the grind, y'all. Fire emoji. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We keeping up the grind. Quick shout out to man. If you comment on any of the Instagram videos or any of the Instagram posts or on the YouTube videos, we'll shout you out next episode.
Yeah.
We'll shout out one fan every episode. Assuming I don't forget and that someone posts.
It's a big honor. It's a big honor to come out of Tyler's mouth.
Rate, subscribe, tell your friends about us. Get your friends, tell their friends, tell your mum, tell your nan. Tell your co-workers, I'm hungry, we're going to get some food, and I'm sleepy.
You're not even talking into the mic at this point.
No.
I'm
talking
You're so
to the
tired.
Bye. Love you. Bye. Bye.